Hi guys, it's me again. Sandra Ayan. I'm your home care provider. Where's the camera? Because I look all crooked. Okay, there we are. Um, I have some timesheets that I have to do for one of my friends, and I thought to myself, well, what better way of doing them than and taking advantage of the time and do a video too. So I asked my boyfriend if he can please help me because I've been doing this by myself and I can't do it by myself and get the right angle. So he's to be helping me. I want you guys to comment because he's going to be watching the screen to see if it's the right way. Okay. Like I said, I'm getting better at it. So let's try to do this again. I'm going to be doing July's timesheets for her because she is backed up. And also, I'm going to be doing August timesheets, the first one, because she has that. And I had her order the timesheet for July 16th to the 31st because we are in that period and she can order it now. Um, I found out also that when I give you guys the number for the provider per timesheet, forgive me. So I'm going to show you how I do the math also to make sure I don't go over the 70% that I'm allowed to claim per timesheet. Of course, one is going to be 70% and the other one would be 30%. So one of your checks would be higher than the other, depending on how many hours you claimed. Also, the reason that I'm going to do it this way is because it will also help you organize how many hours you can work per day. So I'm going to be covering the entire month, and hopefully you guys get this. It's going to be real interesting. Okay. I just mailed out my timesheets on the day due, and I checked the tag, which is timesheets at a glance that the county has for us, and my checks have been posted. But most importantly, all of my overtime has been covered. So we work hard and we need to make money, and we deserve to get paid for our services. Okay, you guys, bear with me. Like I said, I'm no damn computer guru or telephone guru. I just want to get the message across to you guys, okay? Here we go. So, I want,
Can you flip the camera?
it's already on, so try to put it on
Gotcha.
to see if it's, I need my glasses. See, oh, there they are. I need to see, make sure that they're being viewed so
Well,
they
that's
can
why I got
see
this one.
this stuff. Practicing where he's all, since he's subscribed, and you better be subscribed because he's my boyfriend. Since he's subscribed to my channel, we're looking at his telephone to make sure that I can also see what you guys are looking at. And I want to make sure you guys get a clear picture of everything. Okay? So, I'm trying to get better, you guys. Just bear with me. Thank you so much for your subscriptions. Thank you so much for your comments. Thank you so much for all the nice things. You guys make me feel really good because it makes me feel like I'm actually making a difference in people's lives, especially when it comes to supporting them with the work that you guys do. So I just want to thank you and remind you to please subscribe. Subscribe. It helps. And any questions that you guys might have, please ask. I promise you I'll get back to you and give so that everyone else can read. But if it's more it entails more time, then that's when I tell you, here's my phone number, call me and let me know what, let me get more details so I can give you a more specific answer to your particular problem. So let's see how this is set up. I need you to zoom in a little bit because they need to be able to see.
I know. I'm working on it.
These two here. So we're, like I said, we're he's helping me. We're trying to want to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. I don't care about you guys looking at my pretty face or everything else here in my bedroom, but I want to make sure you guys.
If we could switch camera views, the other side, this camera sucks. On the other camera, it's a lot better.
What other camera?
The flip camera.
Okay, so then let me flip it.
Will it flip?
Yeah, I'll flip it.
Okay.
Oh, Lord. This camera here will flip it right here.
Okay, yeah.
Flip. There. Now it's flipped so they can see that.
We're good.
So I need to. Then you probably don't need this.
Device. No, I don't.
Then you don't. Okay, you got it?
Yep.
Okay, because they need to be able to see.
Okay.
Cool. And then you see on the phone over there how it's
I'm working on that's 10-second delay.
Okay. All right.
And it's backwards.
And it's backwards.
Don't know why. Just
Is it backwards?
I don't know.
It is backwards.
Wait, reverse.
Then we're gonna have to flip the camera back.
Okay, we're gonna have to pause for a second or stop.
Nope. We
What?
don't have
Nope.
to pause because then you'll
Listen.
break the. Just flip it back.
That's reversed. This hasn't hit this yet. It's reversed either way, right? Or no?
I don't know. How does it look on your phone?
It looks just like that. Reversed. You guys leave a comment, let us know, because it looks backwards on my phone.
Okay, that was the way it was.
Okay, now we flip it.
We
That's
flipped it.
A heck of a delay.
Okay. Okay, now I just flipped it.
Okay.
Now you're holding it the way you are.
Now it's regular. Okay. All right. Well, let's go. It's a hell of a delay, though.
The clarity is what I'm after.
It's terrible. Yeah, there's no clarity on this camera. The backside is. This one's not. That's what I'm telling you. There's no clarity on this camera. I know this from experience. Can you pause anything?
You can't pause. It's a live stream. It's what it is. I'm not recording.
My phone's doing terrible.
But they need to be able to see what I'm doing.
Put on the Wi-Fi here.
So take it off of this. There. Here, let me see.
That's with Wi-Fi.
Now it's the right way.
Okay, is it clear?
I want to see how clear it is. I'm trying to get the clarity, you guys, because it makes no sense for me to write all this stuff down if you guys can't see what I'm doing at all.
Can anybody comment or post? Is it just my view or what?
See, right there, okay, now it's the right way.
Skipping.
But now it has to like stand still. We have to keep it still. And it's still okay, let's see.
I see Does it look clear on the camera? On here?
It says rotate device.
Okay, I don't know.
This is live. See, we're live.
Okay.
I'm live. You can put it there. Put it there so we can see it. I'm live.
This video's terrible.
I need you guys to tell me.
Comment something, let us know how bad it is or good, or is it my phone? It's gotta be my phone. Something. Is your camera dirty? The front of it? I don't know. It's this way you gotta take practice shots.
I need you guys to tell me if you guys can see something. Somebody please comment.
That's a little better. The light. It's the lighting. Is what it is.
I need help, you guys. You can't see what I'm writing. If all right, here we go. Tell me, somebody comment please and tell me if you can see
This
this.
is a lot better. It'll be better. Watch. It's 12-second delay.
Someone out there to tell me if you guys can see this clearly.
I can't, so.
I know, but I want them to tell me. That's the front camera. So it's going to set up a little bit. Have some patience. And see. I want them to be able to see this. And if it's going to, I turn the camera around and I put it in,
It's in forward mode now, right?
it's not a 12-second delay. It's actually a lot
longer
more.
than that, yeah.
Hold on one second. Because right now I'm going to take it away from you. See, now I just took it away from you. Now I turned it around. And there it is. So that's what I want to see.
But it's backwards. Why is it backwards? That's your settings, I think.
That
That's your
was
settings.
sideways. That's your phone. You
That's
just took
backwards.
it away.
Yeah, it's backwards. Though. Why is your thing backwards? Okay.
That's
That
this
doesn't
one.
work. It's backwards. Right. But look, it's clear. Everything's clear. It's just backwards. So we got to find out on your settings why it's backwards. Or maybe it's mine. I don't know.
Just stop so I can figure it out. We're doing fine. Just give me a second. I see it's backwards. It's going to flip right now to this and we'll see right now because this is what I'm holding right now.
It's already flipped. See how clear it is?
But I'm not looking at this page.
Right.
I'm looking at this page. So that's what I want to see. It's going to flip to that one right now. And then once we see, I just want to see the clarity of this. Here we go again. Now I just flipped the camera. It flipped over.
Now everybody sees it sideways. That's why I told you when we started
Okay,
sideways, we had to keep
that's
it
fine. I understand that, but I want to get to this page where I'm viewing it there. All right, great. So now you guys can see it, but babe, come here, watch. See, this is what I was trying to do. We can see it now and it's clear,
But it's
but it's,
okay.
so now we just need to change the angle, which is where I started. When I started this way, but it says
rotate device. God, that's a heck of a delay, man. It's terrible.
Bear with me, you guys. I know it's taken a while. You
It's
can
just
always
level.
skip. See, so it should be fine like this, but see, now it has to stay still. Wait, It has to stay still
so it doesn't do that.
so it doesn't do
I
that.
understand. But
So once you do that, then that will be fine and we can start. Give it another minute. We've already been on for 15 minutes. When this is done, you guys, you guys just, I guess you can just scroll forward until I do when I don't, this is just, but I'm trying to get this so that you guys can see it.
should go straight.
Because I started at
Maybe we
landscape.
started on.
Maybe I don't know, if I make more money, I'll upgrade to a bit.
Flash.
I'll upgrade to a better, my videos will be a lot better, but right now I can't upgrade yet.
Let's see if that works at all. I did the flash.
Okay. One more minute and this will rotate and we can start. Because once we start, it'll be easy. And then we'll just get it to where it's the right angle. And next time we'll know better. So practice makes
I gotta
perfection.
find out when my phone's so delayed. Come on, baby. Good. Good.
Okay, it's thinking. So damn complicated.
It's a device.
So, while this is setting up, another thing, beautiful. See, now it's working and now you guys can see. That's great. I turned it upside down.
Oh, that's right.
So while I'm waiting for the right picture to be posted on here, I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about sick leave. Okay, we just through the fighting negotiations is what I should say. Through the negotiations that we've been having with the state, the county, the federal, the state, and the county, we have just won 8 hours of sick leave per year. So what that entails is us having 8 hours a year, which is nothing really, but it is something versus nothing. So there's 3 criterias that you guys have to meet in order to get sick leave. Sick leave was approved on July 1st. From July 1st until 2018 until July. Now it's set up. That's how it's supposed to be. So now get it set
Not
up.
like that is not.
Get it set up. Get it set up on this thing so that it focuses down and it's not moving. You want me to bring you the pink one, the little pink one?
Nope.
Okay, great. Because then I'm going to need you to zoom in. Okay, great.
Rotate device. When
So
I
while
have
that's,
that.
like I said, while that's setting up, there's 3 criteria that you have to meet. After the 1st of July, we are now allowed to take 8 hours of sick leave, but you have to meet certain requirements. One of the requirements is that you meet 100 hours.
Oh, this. Dang, I'd rather hold the thing.
Can you be still enough to keep it from
Can you
doing that?
see?
Can you see? Because that's what they see.
That's terrible.
That is terrible. That's why it has to stay still. So you're constantly moving. Any little movement causes that. So one of the criteria is that you have to meet 100 hours. Some people work 30 hours a month. Some people work 50 hours a month. Some people work 283 hours a month. Of course, the 283 hours a month people will be meeting that criteria a lot sooner. So one of the criteria you have to meet first is 83 hours, 100 hours a month. 100 hours first. So once you do 100 hours, the next, that's, you've met one criteria. The next criteria is going to be a choice. You either work 200 hours, additional hours on top of the 100, or you let 60 days pass, whichever comes first. So if you work 30 hours a month and you do not, it's going to take forever for you to meet the 200 hours. In 60 days, you will be, you will qualify for sick leave.
I wonder if that flash is messing it up.
It's not the flash, it's the movement. So once you meet the two criterias, one, which is the 100 hours, two, which is either 60 days pass or you meet the 200 hours, you will qualify for sick leave. And you can claim your sick leave before July. The last day to claim sick leave is June 30th. Now, there is a form that you do not want to, that you have to fill out to qualify for that sick leave. Yeah, it's going to have to stand on its own. It's perfect the way it is now, but it has to stand on its own. Yeah, that would be great. If we can, I'll help you. If we can put it that way, and then if we can put it this way. Oh, that's short. The tripod. Oh, I didn't take the little one out. There you go. And then if you would,
Gotcha. But you're gonna have to leave that over here.
that's fine.
So
If you can zoom in, because this is how it would be now.
okay, there you go. All right,
That'll be
lock
good.
this down.
And if you can zoom in, I'm only
God, I
gonna
gotta
need
get on
one.
this thing to make this a lot better. It's gonna
That
be
much.
awesome next time.
So, all right. She was able zoom in a little. If you can zoom in a little
It's-
bit more, just so it focuses on
It's zoomed
this.
in. It's right on the papers.
Okay, so once you meet the criteria, one, the 100 hours, two, either 60 days pass or you meet 100 hours, whichever comes first. Okay, you qualify for sick leave. Sick leave, for you to claim the 8 hours of sick leave, it has to be until the last day to claim them would be June 30th of 2019, because the fiscal year will start again on July 1st, 2019. So that the criteria you have to meet. You also have to, in order to claim the 8 hours, you have to fill out a form, send it to the social worker, and approve it. This sick leave will be only paid at regular time. It doesn't get paid at time and a half, even if it qualifies. Even if you work time and a half, it's only paid at regular time. So there's a loss there. I would urge you guys to take advantage of the sick leave, because we want to show the county that we also, as providers, get sick. Could it be the fan?
Yes.
We as providers also get sick, so we need more help. Once
Should clear.
the year passes by, the second year, 2019, we will qualify for 16 hours, and 2020 will qualify for 24 hours. So that's where the 3 days come in. First, they're giving us 1 day, then they're giving us 2 days, then they're giving us 3 days. So I suggest that we all take advantage of that, turn in the proper paperwork to the social worker, the phone number for the social worker is 1-888-822-9622, and that's the IHS's hotline. You can call them and tell them that you would like a form, which is the SOC 2033, and they'll send you the form. You fill it out. Be specific, because you can only claim those 8 hours once you qualify for those 8 hours that you can check on the bottom of your check stub. You can
What's it? Oh, sorry.
you can
Lighting guy.
check you can check to see how many hours you have so that you can qualify for them. All right. This looks good. I'm going to get a little closer. I don't know why it says this, which is great. Okay.
Okay.
So do me a favor and zoom in to this page.
The lighting on this that's messing it up.
What lighting? Close the window.
Yeah, right there.
Then turn it off.
That. See?
And close the window. Yeah. All right, cool. This looks great.
Years of schooling. There. It's a lot.
Is that better?
Better.
All right. I got my own personal little light effect over here from our beautiful sun. Anyways, if you guys have questions on sick leave, I'll be more than happy to answer them. And I'll let you guys know what it is that we have to do in order to get leave.
No, your phone's dead.
So the phone's dead. He's going to plug it in. You have a supercharger, don't you? So I need to zoom in to this. Here we go. I need to zoom in. Do you have that charger doesn't work. My charger doesn't work. Here we go. Many you guys I got here. All right. So first we're going to do the math. Okay. The math is, and I'm going to take the calculator, the little cheap calculator, 246 hours, 0.58 minutes is what she gets every month. We're going to divide that by 4 weeks. And we're going to get 61 hours with 0.645 decimals. So 61.645. Okay. This here lets me know that she can 61 hours per week. Do you have a charger?
I do, but I don't have an extension. It takes hours to set this up, so just give me a second. Just a second.
And the 6 hours, the
Yeah, I got you.
6.45 is actually a decimal because the calculator is rounding up to the calculator is rounding up to 100, but we want to round up to minutes. So 0.25 equals, and I'm going to flip this so you guys can see it right now. 0.25 equals 15 minutes. 0.50 equals 30
This isn't
minutes.
holding. Give me your cable.
0.75 equals 45 minutes. 1.00 would equal 60 minutes, which equals 1 hour. Don't move it. It's fine where it's at. It's fine where it was at, because I can see it from right there. This 6:45 falls right in between the 0.50, which is 30 minutes, and the 0.75, which is 45 minutes. I don't want you guys playing with these minutes, these decimals, because those are the ones that confuse you. Because if somebody sees 0.64, they're going to think, oh, that's an hour and 4 minutes. When in reality, it's about 38 minutes, right in the middle right here somewhere. So don't bother with that, okay? Leave it alone. But the important part is the 61 hours. 61 hours per week is what she's allowed to work. So here, what I did is I started making a timesheet. Here I labeled July already. These are the copies of the timesheets that I do. This is how I practice. This is how I teach people how to do their timesheets. So I know after I did the math here, 246.58 divided by 4, that she's allowed to work 61 hours per week. Per week, she's allowed 61 hours. So what I do, so that I can remember, is I write the 61 at the bottom. That reminds me that she's only allowed 61 hours a week. Now, once I do that math, now we're going to do the math for the timesheet. How many hours can I claim per timesheet, right? So what they ask you to do is to divide it in two. So what you do, yeah, that looks great. Thank you. What they do is they take the 2 hours and 46 minutes, 246 hours, 0.58 minutes, and they divide it by 2 timesheets, which will give you 123.29. 123.29. Now, remember what I said about the decimals. These decimals right here would fall, 0.29 would fall right after the 0.25, which is 15 minutes. So this 0.29 is somewhere about 17 minutes. Once again, I don't want you guys to deal with that because it'll only confuse you. Oh, it's extremely blurry.
Trying to. This takes time to do, unfortunately. But okay, let's see how that works. That's a little better. I mean, okay.
It's coming out blurry. So what can we do with the blurriness?
I'm trying to work on it.
Let me see.
Lighting. Sorry, lighting.
So we need a lamp. Would that work? Yes or no?
Many things you have to check before you can do this. I mean, yeah. I mean,
Give me that.
I do fucking sound for.
Watch your mouth.
I'm sorry. It's hard
Sorry
to
about
do.
that, you guys.
I just want the best for him. A little better.
Can we do a close-up? I'm trying to make sure this stuff is extremely blurry, you guys, and I want it not to be so blurry so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay, great. That close-up is a lot better. All right, beautiful. It's still blurry, but it's a lot better for you guys to see. So that's awesome. Okay, great. So I see it on my boyfriend's phone, so that's great. It got better with the close-up. Okay.
Keep whatever
So,
you meant.
all right, great. So these 29.29, please. I mean, if you're great at math and you want to just do it, then go for it and knock yourself out because, hey, check it out. I just got a timesheet, like I told you guys, for 6 minutes. You guys owe me my money. I want my money. You're going to have to pay me. I don't care. Give me my 6 minutes. But my suggestion to you guys is, because this is already complicated and I've been doing this for a very long time, I don't want you guys to make a mistake, because even for 1 minute, you're going to end up getting a violation. Okay. So here we go. So they say, and another thing too, I want you to remember, what they are more concerned about is you not exceeding the 61 hours allowed per um, per work week. They're not too concerned with how you divide up your timesheets, as long as you do not exceed 70% of your hours. So I was doing this, and the way that I got the 70%, to see what 70% was from the 246, and you guys can do it too, was I took 246 hours and 58 minutes, divided times a percent, which is 0.70. That's the 70% that okay, great. That I was able to figure it out. I was able to figure out how many hours per timesheet is the 70%. So I took, once again, 246.58, and I multiplied it times the percent, which is 70%, which is 0.70. And the answer that it gave me was 172. 172.606. Once again, I don't care about the decimals. Okay. So I know in one timesheet, I can claim a total of 172 hours. Now, another problem that I found with the way that our hours are being paid on our timesheets, especially when it comes to overtime, is we always lose in 1 week. Sometimes there's not enough space to claim the hours. So, for example, in August, from August 1st, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. From August 1st, I have claimed hours here already. So I have to get to 61 hours. Now, I want you guys to remember that I have not done the math yet. Okay? But I'm going to come back to it and show you guys what I'm talking about, because unfortunately, it's been my experience in the past 3 years since this took effect that we are going to lose overtime in 1 week. So what I decided to do that would be in my best interest is, instead of losing overtime in 2 weeks, I am going to sacrifice myself and just lose overtime in 1 week. Losing overtime in 1 week is better than losing it in 2 weeks. At least that's my opinion. If you guys come up with something better, that's cool. That works also. All right. So let's get back to the math. A normal way of doing this is saying my first timesheet is going to be for 123 hours. And my second timesheet is going to be for 123 hours with 58 minutes. This will give me a total of 246 hours and 58 minutes. Okay? That's the easiest way to do it. That is going to be the way that I'm going to teach you guys right now. If you guys are interested in doing it by the 70%, I will be more than happy to explain it to you. But because the math is so difficult, I'm just going to stick to the 123 hours per timesheet. I'm not very happy with that because it's a loss in overtime. Out of these 61 hours, 40 hours of that is being paid in Los Angeles County at $11.18. Okay? 21 hours is paid at $16.77. That 21 hours is a big difference. Why? Because if we multiply 21 hours times $16.77, that is $352.17. And that's where I want to get you guys so that you guys get the maximum amount of money for your hard earned work. At least that's the way my mind functions. So I not only schedule my hours appropriately to work for the people that I work for, but I also get paid top dollar for my work because I earned it. And because I know how to do these timesheets and I've never made a mistake on them, thank God, because he's the one that enlightens me. I want my $352 with 17 minutes. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to just keep it at the plain way that they do. But I want you guys to know that you guys, when you do it that way, you lose over time, unfortunately. And every case is individual. Everyone is a unique case. So what I'm doing here for my friend is does not mean that you are going to get the same amount. You might have something else that's different about you, and that's what I do. I deal with every single person individually, and I explain to them it would benefit you more if you were to do it this way. All right. So this is the math. Take a look at it. If I were to do the 70%, and let's just, actually, that's what I'm going to be doing for her, is the 70%. If I get 280, what is it? 243 hours. I'm sorry, scratch that. 246 hours is what I get. And the 58 minutes, which is not what I get, it's what I'm working on. My first time sheet would be for 172 hours. Actually, I wouldn't, he's going to make me a studio. I wouldn't risk it at 172 because that's exactly the 70%. I would actually do 170 hours for the first time sheet. So this would be the first time sheet. Okay. So because I don't want to take the calculator again, 200 minus the 170. Next timesheet would be for 76 hours. These are hours, okay, you guys? So I'm well aware that 70%, and it's actually a little less. It's not 172. I'm gonna be safe and only do 170 hours on the first time sheet. And was that Steven?
No.
Or the mailman? Okay, good. Maybe we got some money in the mail, people. So the next time sheet, the second time sheet would be for 76 hours. That's 6. That's 14. Carry the 1. And there is my 246 hours that she's allowed to work per month. Okay? So she's already aware that her next timesheet is going to be for less hours, which I mentioned 70% plus 30% would equal the 100% of hours per month that she's going to get, which is 246 hours and 58 minutes. I would add the 58 minutes, of course, on this timesheet, the second timesheet. Oh, let me slide it over a little bit so you guys can see. All right, so that's something completely, totally extra. I wanted to share that with you guys because we cannot claim more than 70% on our timesheets. I think it's really, really interesting. And if you're interested in learning more, I'll be more than happy to tell you how to be safe and you can get it done. Now, this is the timesheet for, I want to get this right because for some reason it's flipped. Now, I know that I'm allowed to work 123 hours per timesheet. 123 hours. Okay, and another 123 hours. Flip it. Flip it this way. And I'm going to put the 58 minutes on this one, okay? I just want to make sure it's okay on yeah, because I want you guys to see everything. Let's do the first half. I'm going to clip it down. I want you guys to see the sheet of July. Puka, get in your bed. All right. That looks beautiful. Cool. So our work week starts on Sunday and it ends on Saturday. And if you guys notice, July 1st was on a Sunday, which means that this entire week is a full work week. Okay. This entire week is a full work week because it starts on Sunday and it ends on Saturday. So on the second work week, I know that I will automatically be working 61 hours. Okay. I also know that I have 0 claimed because our June 30th was on a Saturday. It closed off the timesheet. So I have a fresh new week to start on. So I will automatically work on this work week because it's a full work week, 61 hours. Now, 61 plus 61, here we bring out our calculator. 61 plus 61 equals 122 hours. And I want to get to 123. So I work 1 hour here. 61 plus 61 is 122. 122 plus 1 is 123. And that has been met. Okay. How am I going to work this work week? So what I do, again, I take the 61 hours and I divide it by 7 days because I'm going to work a full 7 days. And it says 8.71. 71 is a decimal. So 8 times 6 equals 48. Why am I saying 8 times 6? 8 hours per 6, 8 hours a day for 6 days is 48. That's not going to work. 9 times 7 days equals 63. That'll work, and I'll tell you why. Because what we're going to do is we're going to work 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 9. 6 times 9. 9 hours for 6 days is 54 hours. And I'm trying to get to 61. So what am I going to do? I'm going to subtract the 61. And I am going to get 7 hours. And on Saturday, I will be working 7 hours. Can you guys see that? Once again, work week 2 is always a full work week. And I already did the math here. So this is going to be 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, and 7. And that's 122 hours. Plus my 1 hour, I'm going to put it here. And that is my first timesheet for the month of July. Now, 100%, yeah, I'm going to say 100% of the people, 100% of the providers are making the mistake. Where? In their claimed hours. Our work week starts on Sunday and it ends on Saturday. Does not matter where the timesheet starts. Does not matter where the timesheet ends. This 1 hour that you worked here is going to go now rolled over as a claimed hour on your claimed hours next timesheet. And let me put it up because I want you guys to see this. This 1 hour here, because our work week starts on Sunday and ends on Saturday, the 15th is included. Let me put it a little higher because I want you guys to see. The 15th is included in the work week. The way I do it is this 1 hour, I worked it here. So I put a 1 there. If I know that I'm allowed to work 61 hours. Oh, this thing's a little crooked. Or is it the page below it? It's the page below it. I'm going to pull it out. There we go. Because I want it as flat as possible. If I know that I'm allowed to work 61 hours a week per work week, and I already worked 1 hour here on the 15th, even though they've paid me this hour, you still have to consider it and deduct it from your weekly allowed hours. So this 1 hour that they've already paid me for, I have to deduct it from the 61, and it allows me to work 60 hours for the remainder here. 60 hours that I work here plus the 1 hour that I've already worked is the 61 that I'm allowed to work per week. And that is where 100% of the providers are making the mistake. 100% of the providers are making that mistake, and that is where your violations are coming in. When does our work week begin? Our work week starts on Sunday and ends on Saturday. What am I doing here? Because I see it all blurry. Somebody has to mail me a brand new phone. Actually, I need to get better phones. This is a Stylo 3. But this is terrible as far as the video is concerned. So now, let me move this a little lower. See if that helps. So now, again, work week 2 is a full work week. So I want to make sure I can work a full 61 hours there. And I already know that it's 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 7. That I already know. How would I put the 60 here? 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. And that is your 60. 60 plus 61 is 121. And I am trying to get to 123.58. I'm sliding the paper over because I want you guys to see. Okay, beautiful. There it is. So 60 plus 61 is 121. Oh, I went too far. I'm sorry. Let me come back. 60 plus 121. 121 to 123. That means I will work 2 hours and 58 minutes in work week 3. And that will give me my 123 hours with the 58 minutes. I want this to get clear. I need some water. I know this is frustrating. I know this is difficult to understand. But I believe in you guys. And it's not impossible. So, how would I put those hours on my timesheet? I would do 1 hour, 1 hour, and 58 minutes. Can you grab my mail when you get up here? Is that my pozole? All right. The whole enchilada?
Look, man. Oh, sick fish.
This is how I'm not cussing and cursing and yelling and screaming.
Yeah,
My neighbor sent me some pozole. So
good.
can you eat half of it and leave me the other half? Because they love me. Okay, guys. There's one more thing. Because now we're going to jump to August, okay? So it's clear. It's 60 hours here. 61 hours here. 2 hours and 58 minutes there. That makes up the 123 hours and 58 minutes. Okay? 123 plus 123.58. No, not here. Put them in another container. Wait, let me see the mail. Put them in another container. I want you to give her back her containers. All right. I got some money in the mail, you guys. See my blank checks? Okay. And something from the IRS. Anyways, hang on a second. Oh, never mind. It's my Lifeline. Boy, I read that completely wrong. Okay. Now, here's the other, this is another important part because this is going to cover the claimed hours. You remember how on July 1st, we had no claimed hours, right? Because we had a fresh new work week. It starts on Sunday and it ends on Saturday. Fresh new work week. So you had nothing to worry about there. On my last video, I mentioned that July was going to be really easy, which is why I didn't really do a video on it, because it's a full work week. Now, August. I want you guys to think about this. Bless you. Wouldn't you tell me that this is August 1st, August 2nd, August 3rd, and August 4th? They're crossed out and they're in zeros. Okay? These are going to be on your next timesheet. The hours that you worked here, which is the 2 hours and the 58 minutes, are going to roll over as your claimed hours for August, because our work week is on Sunday and ends on Saturday. Okay? So, that 2 hours and 58 minutes will now roll over to 2 hours and 58 minutes claimed, which tells me that you worked 2 hours and 58 minutes here, which I don't like minutes and I don't like decimals, so I'm going to tell you to pretend that that's a whole 3 hours, okay? This is where it gets really cool. I love math. I'm a nerd that likes math and education, apparently. If you're allowed to work 61 hours a week and you've already worked 3 hours, you would take 61 hours that you're allowed to work per week. You would deduct the 3 hours there, and you can work 58 hours in this day. Why? Because 58 plus 3 is 61. That is allowed per week from Sunday through Saturday. That's our work week. From Sunday to Saturday, it can only work 61 hours. Okay, take that back in again. That 2 hours and 58 minutes that you worked on the 29, 30, and 31 of July, wouldn't you tell me that this is 29, 30, and 31 of July? It has already been paid, but you have to consider it in the hours that you're allowed to work per week. I don't like decimals, so I automatically, it's a lot easier to count dollars than it is to count change. So instead of saying 2 hours and 58 minutes, I say I work 3 hours, because it's easier to deduct 3 hours from 61 hours. 58 hours that I'm allowed to work in these 4 days, plus 3 is the 61 allowed. Now, this particular young lady has 24-hour protective supervision for her sister that she cares for. I'm sure she didn't work just 58 hours in those 4 days, but she probably worked a lot more. And as I mentioned, we lose overtime in 1 week, and in 2 weeks every month, and I rather her lose her overtime in 1 week. So I've advised her to plan ahead and work her hours, because she's still and work her hours so that she can get her max pay, because she's already working more than she should be working. It's her sister. So how do you put in here 58 hours? Let me erase that. Oh, Lord. Okay. You take 58 hours and you divide it by the 4 days. That's going to give you 14.5 hours. Because she has that protective supervision, she can work for her sister. And she probably works for her sister a lot more. So she would work a total of 15 hours here, 15 hours here. That's already 30. another 15 hours here. That's 45. Once again, I don't want to make any mistakes. So I take 58 and I subtract the 45 equals, she would work 13 hours here. And that is her 15, 30, 45, 58 hours. 58 hours plus the 3 hours that she worked there is the 61 hours allowed per week. Now, 61 hours, 58 hours there, and this is a full work week. She can work a full 61 hours. And I don't even need to do the math.
Does this look okay with Brett?
9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, and a 7. And that's how she schedules her time. 9 times 54 is 9 times 6 is 54 plus 7 is the 61. This timesheet is going to be for 123 hours. Okay. So now we have 58 hours from the first work week because they've already paid you these 3 hours. So you don't include those in this timesheet. Plus the 61 hours, excuse me, from work week 2 equals 119 hours. And the hours that she's going to be claiming, and the hours that she's going to be claiming for this timesheet is 123 minus the 123 would give me 4 hours for her to work. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that would be the 123 hours. Does that make sense? As far as the math is concerned, I don't feel good. After this video, I'm going to lay down. The kidney stones, you guys. I have to do the paperwork so I can get surgery done again. And hey, maybe when I'm doing surgery, when I'm done with the surgery, I can do another video, huh? This time I'll have eyebrows. Huh. All right. Now, once again, this is important. You see these 4 hours here? Our work week starts on Sunday and it ends on Saturday. These 4 hours that you work here. Oops, I didn't put my 61. I'll put my 61. These 4 hours that you work here have to roll over. Here, let me put it up. These 4 hours that you work here have to roll over to your claimed hours. 4 hours. Those 4 hours, put it a little lower, were worked here. Wouldn't you tell me that this is the 12, 13, 14, and 15? Now, a little higher. I'm allowed 61 hours a week. Okay. See how that looks? Because I'm looking at my boyfriend's phone to make sure you guys can see everything. A little higher. These 4 hours have already been paid. So now you're going to ask me, well, Sandra, am I going to work? Let's see. 61 hours minus the 4 that I already worked. You're going to ask me, well, Sandra, how am I supposed to work 57 hours in 3 days?
There, I got you.
How can I work 57 hours in 3 days? You can't. What?
Power.
On what? My cell phone or your battery? This is where you have to start thinking. You already know that this is a full work week because it starts on Sunday and it ends on Saturday. So here I will automatically work 9 hours a day. And then the 7 to make the 61. This timesheet is going to be for 123 hours and 58 minutes. That's where I'm trying to get to. What I have been doing is because there's not enough time for me to claim my hours there. And that's why I tell you we're going to lose time over time, and we're not going to be able to fill in our hours properly in a couple of weeks. We're going to lose it. So I don't want you guys to lose overtime, and I don't want you guys to get stressed. So what I started doing is 9 hours here, 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 and 9 hours here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 9 is 54. $61 hours in work week 2 plus 54 hours in work week 3 equals 115. And I'm trying to get to 123. So I'm going to subtract 123 hours. That's 8 hours. I would work 8 hours here. 8 hours and the 58 minutes. How do I divide that? We got 3, 6, 2, 5, 8. And the 123 hours have been met. Now I got 14% left of battery on my phone. So I'm going to try to wrap this up as quickly as possible because I don't want to get cut off. The 4 hours, claimed hours of that are up here, because our work week starts on Sunday and ends on Saturday, roll over here to let me know that I've worked them on the 12, 13, 14, and 15. There's not enough space for me to work 57 hours here, and I do not want to lose money. And I also want to continue to work for my clients. So I fill in my second work week because I know that it's a full work week. Let me scroll up. I know it's a full work week. So I will work a full work week on work week 2. And on work week 3, because it's almost a full work week, I'm leaving the 7 out. Why? Because we'll be able to put 7 hours on the 1st of, on the 1st of September on my next timesheet, because these 54 hours will roll over as claimed hours onto the 1st of September to the 15th of September, my next timesheet. So I add the 61 plus the 54 plus the 858, and it gives me the 123 hours and 58 minutes, and that timesheet is done. Oh. Wow. Getting a little nauseous. I don't know. Probably the pill I took. But that is how you normally would do it. Now, terrible. Am I upside down?
Reflection. It's reflecting on itself in the mirror.
Okay, let me do this. I need to see. I can't
Zoom out. You're
too close.
Yeah, you're too close. It's not getting anything.
Yeah.
Just pinch the screen.
Pinching the screen. Is that better?
I don't know.
I'll have to
It's
see.
It's on the delay.
Can you take the flash off? please, because it's blinding me.
Shit. Disable flash. There you go.
Okay, good. And it still has to be sideways landscape.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So there it is, you guys. I hope that helps. Like I said, I'm not going to be doing this timesheet like this for my friend because I don't want her to lose any money. I'm gonna be helping her so that she claims 70% on each timesheet, and that gives her the max amount. And not necessarily the 70%. I'm gonna be helping her so that she has her schedule on her timesheets so that when she works, she gets paid her overtime. But this is basically the way it's done. I want to thank you guys for being patient with me. I'm not a pro. I just try to do what I can, and as long as I get the message across to you guys, it's awesome. If you guys can learn from what I'm teaching you guys, then so be it. More power to you. But in the meantime, please do think about that 70%. Do think about your overtime. We work really, really hard, and we deserve the best. And we are fighting for a raise. They're still negotiating with the county to give us our dollar raise. They want to get us $1 above minimum wage, and it's not happening. And it's still in the negotiations. As soon as I know that we're getting a raise, I will be the first one to tell everybody. My YouTube video, please subscribe, share it, give me a call, leave me a message on either my cell phone 562-281-3219, or leave me a message on the YouTube. I'm here to help you, and we're here to help each other out. So whatever it is that I can do for you guys, I hope this has been beneficial. Thank you to all of you guys once again. God bless you guys. Have a great weekend. And I'm going to lay down. I don't feel too hot. I think I'm getting yellow. Excuse me. Thank you very much. Have a good day. And God bless you guys all. I hope this helps. Take care. And stop.